Imagine it's 1985, but instead of using old numbers, let's convert everything to today's money to see how things really compare. Back then, the average Sydney house cost the equivalent of $246,000 in today's dollars. A loaf of bread, about $2.30. A nice dinner out would cost around $50 per person, and a movie ticket, about $13. The average full-time worker earned the equivalent of $1,210 per week, or about $63,000 per year in today's terms. While the cost of living was lower, wages were also much lower than today. But the key thing to notice, a home cost just about 4 times the average annual salary. That meant homeownership was within reach for most working Australians. Now let's jump to the year 2000. House prices had surged, reaching what would now be the equivalent of $720,000. The cost of stamp duty had climbed significantly too, adding around $25,000 to the upfront cost of buying a home. A loaf of bread now cost about $3.20, and the average full-time wage had grown to $1,530 per week, $80,000 per year in today's terms, meaning houses were now nearly 9 times the average salary. Still tough, but not impossible. And now, here we are in 2025. The average Sydney house now costs over $1,300,000. Stamp duty? That alone can set you back over $50,000, almost as much as an entire home cost back in 1985. The CPI has nearly quadrupled over 40 years, meaning what cost $10 in the 1980s now costs over $40 today. A coffee? You're lucky if it's under $6.50. A night out at the movies? Nearly $30 per ticket. The average full-time worker now earns around $1,923 per week, or about $100,000 per year. On paper, wages have gone up. But look at the ratio. A home today costs 13 times the average annual salary. Compare that to 4 times in 1985 and 9 times in 2000. And you see the real problem. Housing affordability has collapsed.